quickly share with you what all has been going on at work, but this week it was particularly relevant, and you'll see why as we unfold some of the lesson. So I got to give you the first few days of my week. Sunday, we had class, after class, lunch, and then I hustled to the airport. I had to be in Chicago for a meeting Sunday evening. Meeting started around 6 o'clock or so in Chicago with a group of lawyers that were getting me ready for a deposition that I had to take Monday morning. So we worked, had Chipotle brought in, which made it a lot easier to work. We worked until about midnight or so, a little after midnight. And then I got to my hotel room and crashed to get up by 6 the next morning to make sure that they'd put all the documents in the right order and that I was going to be ready to go with the deposition that started at 9. I took the deposition of this fella, and we worked right through lunch and finished the deposition at about 2 or so in the afternoon. And we hustled over to the airport because I had to be at a reception in Scottsdale, Arizona, about 4 hours later, and it's about a 3-hour flight. And so got to Scottsdale, Arizona, Monday night, drove 25 minutes from the airport to the reception, was at the reception for about an hour and a half, then had to leave the reception and drive back to the airport because I had to be in Santa Ana, California that night to finish getting ready for a hearing that the judge had called for 8 o'clock in the morning the next morning. So flew to John Wayne Airport in Orange County, California, and went, I even have pictures of some of this stuff. Okay, hold on, there we go. Okay, so now that got me to Scottsdale. I left from there, flew to Santa Ana, California, Orange County. Yeah, really? Okay, watch the difference. Just informal poll. Orange County, California. Lubbock, Texas. Okay. Yeah, we're going to leave A&M out of this. Yeah. So we worked through late into the night, got up early, had to meet at the courthouse at 7:15 to get in line, make it through the metal detectors, make sure everybody was in order, to go into what are called Daubert hearings. Some like to pretend they're French and call them Daubert hearings, but I'm from Lubbock, that's Daubert. And so we had Daubert hearings in front of this judge. Now, what a Daubert hearing is, it comes from a case name. Daubert was the name of one of the parties in a lawsuit. In a Daubert hearing, what you've got is both sides that have experts that are going to testify have to make a presentation to the judge that those experts meet certain academic rigor, that they're valid. Judges are gatekeepers of evidence, and judges are not supposed to allow into evidence junk science. And you can always find somebody who's going to claim to be an expert who'd say just about anything. But judges don't let that happen because each side against the other side will file Daubert motions. The judge will have a Daubert hearing, and before a jury's ever impaneled, the judge will sit there and listen and decide based upon a number of different factors whether or not there's legitimacy to the testimony. Is there scientific or academic legitimacy? Is it something that's measurable, something that's testable, something that's been peer-reviewed and published in literature, something that makes biologic sense or scientific sense? These types of factors. So we started that hearing. I got to the courthouse at 7:15. I was running at this point on maybe 8 hours sleep over the last 3 days or so. And we got there, and the judge starts the hearing. The hearing's supposed to end by noon, but the hearing keeps going. And we don't finish until about 2 o'clock. And as soon as we finished, instead of heading straight to the airport, we decided we needed to canvass the team to see what we needed to do differently. So we got together, we canvassed the team, then I headed to the airport and went back to Scottsdale, Arizona, because I was supposed to give a speech of sorts at the dinner that night. So we hustled back to Scottsdale, Arizona, drive the 25 minutes back to the meeting place, get back to the meeting place. Still my brain is sitting around this, is it real testimony or junk science? And we get back and I've got my presentation just about ready to go. Lessons I've learned from my heroes and mentors. And I got to tell you, it's a dinner. I'm at a table, Bob's there, Bob's at another table, and I'm wiped out. I'm extremely tired. And I've got to make 2 presentations the next day, about 2 hours worth of material that I've got to write and put together the PowerPoints for. And that's weighing on me. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to wake up early and do it. I'm wiped out. But I'm sitting at this dinner. I'm at a table of 8. I'm trying to be on as much as you can be. And in my brain, all I'm thinking about is, Becky's not here yet, is she? Oh. In my brain, hi, Becky. All I'm thinking about is, I'm so glad my wife's not here because she would want me to stay as long as I politely should, and I can bail early without Becky here. She's got hospitality deep in her bones. I need to go to sleep really bad in mine. So I stay through the dinner and make it through, and it's late, and I'm thinking now I can bail. And so I politely say, hey, this has been great. I've got to go back. I got to get a little bit of sleep, and I got to get my presentations ready for tomorrow. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. It was great eating dinner with you. Get some sleep at some point. And I get up from the table, and I start walking out. And as I start walking out, there's this lawyer from the Northwest, from Seattle, Nick. And Nick, whom I did not know until the reception the night before, Nick says to me, hey, Mark. I said, yes, Nick. He says, I got on the internet today and I read about you, read your websites. And I'm figuring, it's a lawyer's convention, seminar, whatever, that he's gotten on lanierlawfirm.com and read whatever's on there, and which I have not done, I might add, but I figure it's probably okay, And so I said, hey, that's great, Nick. I hope you found some good. He says, no, I'm not talking your law website. I got on your Bible website. And I said, interesting. Then he says this. He says, I'm an agnostic. Give me the Daubert hearing on God. I'm an agnostic. Give me the Daubert. He knew I'd been at a Daubert hearing all day, trying to decide, can you be academically valid in your testimony and what you have to offer? So he wants to know, give me the Daubert hearing on God. Here's a picture. That's where I was when he said it. My battery was drained. And when he said that, it was the most bizarre thing in the world. I grabbed a chair and I said, all right, let's do this thing. And my battery level just immediately on its own. And about 5 or 6 or 7 other people just said, hey, wait, we want to hear this. We want to hear this. One guy says, yeah, I'm an atheist. Another guy says, yeah, I'm a Jew. I'm a Reformed Jew. Another one says, actually, she didn't really say what she was, but it became pretty apparent she was kind of new agey. Another one may have been a Christian, I couldn't tell. And so they all just started, and I said, I was just blunt. I said, I'm really excited about this. I said, I rarely meet smart people who don't believe in God. I wasn't being facetious. I said, because if you think it through, I don't see how living the way you live, you could not believe in God. And the atheist said, well, I'm a golden rule atheist. I said, you're a golden rule atheist? Yes, I believe in treating others the way I'd like to be treated. I said, why? If there's no God, why? And he said, well, because I think that's right. I said, well, that's not what the world says without God. And that's not, I said, I assume if you don't believe in God, you're an evolutionist. He said, right. I said, so how did we get here? He said, well, and he starts explaining this survival of the fittest mentality. I said, did we get here by the golden rule? Why does the golden rule have any application to someone who doesn't believe that there's something beyond the natural order of dog eat dog? It was a fascinating time, but I don't have time to tell you about it anymore. Because